This is where I'm trying 30 plus different flavors of Pringles in 30 days or less. Now, right here is the third in this series of Pringles Hot Ones, and I have previously tasted these, the Rojo or red, and of course the green. So far, the green absolutely blew me away. It's an extremely hot chip, and when they say hot ones, they're not joking. They are not messing around. So let's take a close look at this package here. Right at the top, it says, First We Feast presents Hot Ones. So what does that mean? First We Feast? That's actually a media company that has a YouTube channel that has over 15 million subscribers. Now, I have seen this before. It's a very interesting format. They interview people, and at the same time, they just so happen to be eating extremely hot foods. And as of right now, the last guest that was on here, I think it comes out every Thursday live or something like that. The last guest that was on here was Mr. Beast. So it's definitely a popular channel, and this is a collaboration with Pringles. Now, as you can see right here, we have the trio. Now, the ones to the left, the red, and in the center, the green, those were released as limited edition Pringles flavors a couple of years ago. And when coming back, they went ahead and added this new one right here, Barbacoa. Now, there's also a hot sauce. There's a brand of hot sauce that comes with the previous two, with the green or verde and the rojo or red, and you can find those at, I believe, Target and Walmart. They're readily available, but I haven't seen a hot sauce for the barbacoa by Hot Ones. So let's get into a couple of promotional pictures here, and I'm going to taste these. Apparently they're good for gaming, and they're good for listening to music as well. Crunch into something hot. Hot Ones barbacoa. Now, as far as being hot, these have definitely delivered the heat. These are the hottest Pringles that I've ever tasted in my life. In fact, the previous two, I needed to go get some milk after tasting them. So here they are. First We Feast presents, First We Feast as a trademark presents Hot Ones Los Calientes Barbecue. So let's go ahead and take a look at the nutritional information here. These are 240 milligrams of sodium, a little bit lower than the others. That's about the average that you would expect for a Pringles. And then, of course, the ingredients are really small. Let's zoom in on that. The ingredients on these, I'm not going to read because it's pretty much standard issue for Pringles. Now, with this being a hot version, it does not explain why they're hot. And I believe the types of peppers used would just fall under the general category of spices. Now, I'm taking a note of lime juice here, red 40 Lake, and which I think is an artificial coloring that is going to be outlawed in the US, I think, by the end of 2026. So what exactly is barbacoa? You've probably seen it on menus. I'm real familiar with it because I spent a long time down there in Texas and tried a lot of barbacoa, tried it myself. You'll see here that it's showing white onions, diced white onions. And I say white onions because Chef Rick Bayless of Frontier Grill up in Chicago created a little bit of a viral controversy online by making the claim that only white onions should be used when making Mexican food and tacos. I agree with him. There's no way I'm going to disagree with Chef Rick Bayless. My wife and I have met him at his restaurant, Frontera Grill. Really nice guy. He's the host of Mexico, One Plate at a Time, aired on PBS. So barbacoa is basically slow cooked meat. Uh, Typically a tougher cut of meat that can benefit by some real slow cooking to tenderize it, such as chuck roast and what have you. It is typically beef. In Mexico, they will use sheep or goat meat. I remember one time down in Texas, one of our neighbors served us some smoked goat barbacoa, and it was absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, they got a ticket because they slaughtered the goat in their front yard, and it upset the neighbors. I People need to mind their own business. But here's my favorite way of eating barbacoa: just a nice lightly toasted flour tortilla, and as you can see, the white onions, as per Rick Bayless, and a little bit of cilantro. So let's go ahead and get these things open, see what they taste like, because I've got 27 plus more to go. Now, when I say I'm trying 30 Pringles in 30 days, what I mean is that it's 30 that have been available in the last 6 months in America. There's actually more. I have some from Korea and Japan and China, and I'm going to try those as well. So maybe, I think it's like, right now it's 36, but Target just released two new smoked Pringles today. So the 30 and 30 days, it's probably going to be more like 38. Oh, now this has a nice mellow aroma. The previous hot ones were really pepper forward, just like in your face hot. And meat flavored chips. Of course, these are not potato chips; they are crisps. I've found that meat flavored potato chips are not some of my favorites, such as American turkey Cheetos. There seems to be a trend in meat chips, and I'm just not quite on that bandwagon. But let's see how this goes. Here is a barbacoa Pringles by Hot Ones, a paraboloid shape, I believe. All right, let's see what this tastes like. I can't really put a specific aroma to it other than garlic. So let's see what they taste like. Do these have sugar? Let's look at the ingredients. Oh yeah, they definitely have sugar. These are sweet. That's initially a little bit too sweet for my liking right there. Here's another one with a whole bunch of the flavoring powder on it. There's also been a trend in sweet potato chips, as in not potato chips made from sweet potatoes, but chips made from conventional potatoes and sweetened with sugar. And I'm not on that bandwagon either. Hmm. Okay. They're they're definitely not as hot as the previous two right here. Um, and it's not because of the lower heat level. I rated these right here as an 8 of 10 for the uniqueness and creativity. I rated these a 10 of 10, and they are just the Verde are insanely blazing hot. The heat is building on these, but when it comes to barbacoa, this actually wants me to this wants me to eat some actual real barbacoa, not a dehydrated potato crisp that is barbacoa flavored. So I'm going to give these a 6 out of 10. They're a little bit above average because they are definitely hotter than what you would normally expect from any type of Pringles. And I'm happy to have tried them. So there we go, folks. That is the trio right there of the Hot Ones Pringles. And I'm glad to have tried all three of them. Moving on, who knows what's next? It could be these cheese and black pepper from Japan. Stay tuned to find out. Subscribe if you want to see my opinions on all of these different flavors of Pringles. Whew, the heat's building. These are actually pretty hot. So I'm having fun doing these. And if you like videos like this, give me a subscribe. There's definitely more to come. And until next time, peace out from San Francisco, and watch me eat over 30 different flavors of Pringles in less than 30 days. Fun stuff. Bye.